Okay. So I've started the recording. Okay. So
Okay, I finished it.
I'm with Mr. Is it no? Hi, Chief.
Hi, Chief Nwogu, yes,
Yeah. Hi, Chief.
from Lagos.
Yeah. So okay. He drives Peugeot 607 Z9 V6, right? That's the facelifted
Yeah,
model.
Z9.
Uh, so he's having some issues with the vehicle, and so want to talk about it and share ideas on that. So, can you just give us a little bit background to the car, as in how the issue came about, so that to just for the little bit history to know how to tackle it.
Okay, about the culprit.
Just okay. Like, how did the problem come about? What, as in, give us the nature of the car, and then how did the
Okay,
issue come about? Yeah,
the
those issues
history
you
of
have.
the vehicle.
As in just the normal, what vehicle is it, and how did it come about? Just also have idea the system, the engine, if there's any kind of conversion that was done on the car, and then
Okay,
what
okay.
kind of
About
issues are we looking at?
the, the history of the car. Well, I bought it as a Tokumbo, direct Tokumbo. Nobody used it in Nigeria. I
Okay,
know the person that imported it.
okay,
So he told me to come up engine bay, engine compartment. I
okay.
actually said that, oh, it was this. And it, I mean, the oil meter, that cluster meter was not working,
Okay.
but it will show danger as if there's no oil flashing. After some
Uh,
time, it will go. Then I keep on using it. It was working very well, very, very well. No issue.
hmm,
Until when I used it like 2, 3 months, I started noticing when I started, or if I didn't on ignition 2 times before I start, it will
uh,
jerk.
okay,
But if I off on ignition, off it, and on again and start, it will start normal without jerking.
okay.
And if it is working very well, you park somewhere. Sometimes when you start and throttle and move immediately, it will start
Hmm,
to jerk. But if you move slowly for some time, it will move according to your speed.
okay.
But when I tried to use it on long journey for some time, maybe from Lagos here to Ibadan, I
Uh,
can make up 140, 150, 160. Depends on how go slow or the road is.
hmm,
So sometimes if I'm throttling down, maybe I'm seeing one powerful car that is coming, I will
hmm,
give the person very good gap. After like 30 minutes, my own car will start to slow down. But if I remove leg from the throttle, it will
hmm,
pick again. If I remove
okay.
leg from the throttle and press again, it will pick again. So I've been
Hmm,
managing it like that until a time. It was then showing check engine light
okay.
that you will notice that up to 2+ are no more working.
Okay.
What I did was to take all the plugs at the back side. When I used my BP 2000 to test it, he told me that cylinder 4, cylinder 5, cylinder 6
Hmm,
are misfired, are not working well.
hmm,
So I transferred all those 3 things at the back. That is the nozzle, the plug, and the coil.
okay.
6 to 1, 5 to 2, 4 to 3. And then I do the same thing to the back. I return the other one.
Okay.
It will also be the same back. Either the coil, the plug, back rack. I think what they call it, rack or something like that.
Steering
So
rack.
I was even trying to
Some of the things you're saying it's not coming up.
hello, can you hear me?
Your voice is breaking on and off.
Okay, it might be network.
Network. But I think let me just point out some of the things you say so that to be sure I got it right. You said that okay, you got the car to Kumbo, but originally the engine the car
Was
originally
diesel.
had a diesel engine, so it was converted to
Yes.
V6 petrol engine. Okay, and
Yes.
the first few months or so, the car was not giving any problem, but recently, it's
No,
not giving some.
at the cluster light, the oil that
Okay,
was not showing. That might be electrical connection,
yeah,
for all I know.
connection that they didn't get right.
They couldn't do it.
Okay, was it only
Yeah.
that one that was not working on the cluster?
That's the only thing that is working. Everything is working.
Everything was
Only
working.
the front sensor, that is the parking sensor, back is working very well. But the front one,
Okay,
the
okay,
sensors are there. But there's no
okay.
wire to connect to them. I don't know whether they removed it with the diesel engine wire. I don't know. It's not there. But there are other wires that are there. So many. It's like this
Uh,
diesel has more connection than petrol.
Not necessarily that. See, that's Z9. That's phase 2607. So what they
Yeah.
did was some of them they will not connect the sensors, but they put the provision that if you want to uh make it to the front one to work with the rear one, then you have to get the wiring harness for the sensors, mount it, connect it to the main connector,
Okay.
then activate it via the
It's just a
PP2000.
provision. Okay.
Yeah. So wires will come with it. So it's optional. But if yours doesn't have it, it means you have to. You said,
They connect the sensors are there, but the connection is not there. The
yeah,
wire.
the
Yeah.
wire. So you need the wire. Okay. Well, that one is significant. So as the conversion
Another
is
thing that
concerned.
is not working is the air emitter, the one at the
The air
manifold.
temperature, air temperature sensor
Not
for the
working since
engine.
I has been saying. I don't know whether it's not the correct one that is there.
Okay, but it's connected, but it's not working.
Yeah, it's connected. It's not working. Even I change it to another one I had before. I have many parts of this former phase one.
Yes.
It didn't work.
Okay. That one doesn't really affect fuel that much. It's just to fine tune the fuel consumption. So,
Okay.
from the description you are showing, does the engine misfire aside that number 4? That you said
Five,
that when you are having
four,
those
five.
issues, does it show that misfire symptom?
Yes, it will do as if it's no more active. I mean, it's no more reacting as you press the throttle, but it will be
Throttle.
moving, but
Okay.
not sharp or active again.
Okay.
But if you up and start again, it will disappear. You keep on moving.
Well, it's normal as far as ES V6 engines are concerned. What
Yes.
usually happens is once the ECU detects anomaly on the ignition system or the injection system, vacuum leak. I'm going to explain all these things. So what it's going to do is sometimes it will shut down uh, one or two or three cylinders, just
That time
like
is
you said.
firing.
So of course, once you shut down a cylinder, then the car will start to misfire. So um, so let's just assume that the major part of the electrical conversion was properly done. So So in that case, the conversion had nothing to do with the current issue. So let's just assume that is it. So now how do you go on?
When I bought the car, after a month, I took it to Imo State from Lagos. I had no single problem. Even
Okay.
I attended speed of 170. There was no shake. There was no until I came back and it said sometimes it started to give me some misfire. So it's not.
The fan, the radiator fan, is it 2 fans or 1 fan?
It's one. It's one.
Okay. It means
And
because most times
due to the conversion, those fan resistors are not working. So I have to redesign it with electrical thermostat,
okay,
in
I
which I
understand.
embedded in the engine system so that when it gets the particular temperature, it will start.
It will start, yeah.
The one for AC starts as I did it. The one for AC starts immediately on the AC. So I run that compressor line to start the fan.
I
Yeah.
understand. No, I understand what you mean. Now, the reason why I ask is most of the diesels, Peugeot cars, they come with 2 smaller fans than the petrol that have big fans. So maybe they also did the conversion and put the normal petrol fan.
The normal one big fan, yes.
Okay. So now, so the main issue for what I can understand is normal ESVC misfire issues. So I've been able to detect the major causes of those misfire on ES engines. Both the one that ES9J4, S in 406, and ES9A in your car. So I wouldn't go. I don't want to talk much about the oldest of the ES engine, that's ES9J4. So let's focus on these two. One of the things that cause misfire that people don't know about, don't know that it could be the cause, is intake manifold gasket. Intake manifold gasket. Yes, that manifold gasket, that you have to remove to access the 3 cylinders behind. That gasket, once it flattens, or you remove it, let's assume you remove it, apply this silicone gasket maker, the one we call gum, black gum, and all that.
They have not removed the gasket before. That thing they fear me because when they remove it, it will be leaking oil outside. And I hate that thing.
Okay.
They have not touched the gasket of this one. It has never removed before.
No, I'm talking of the manifold itself, not the cylinder head core. You know what they call manifold? You know that if you open your bonnet on that engine, you know that thing, that aluminum plastic that has 6 lines where the throttle body is attached. So before you can access the cylinder 4, 5, 6, you have to remove that thing.
Sure.
So the misfire usually is caused by that they will call it manifold. It's an intake manifold. So the misfire usually there's a gasket under that manifold that when you remove it, you see where it joins so that rubber gasket there, as you are removing and putting it back over time, it has 6 holes there, which is meant for. So some holes, some part of the hole, the gasket on each hole might start to, one will press in too much, one will still stay out. Or so what will not happen is that side that has a little bit that have gone in and flattened with that manifold, we start having what we call vacuum leak. So in other words, air will be passing through. But whichever cylinder that has that gap will misfire. Then occasionally you have a limp mode. That's you start the car, it will refuse to accelerate. Or if you drive it will refuse to accelerate. You switch it off, start it again, start accelerating. But not all cases, but it all depends. So the solution is on that case is, once you notice that you can't vouch for that gasket that is already that is still soft and is still a little bit out from there, from the manifold, apply that thing we call black gum in Nigeria, which is the silicone gasket maker. apply it there before you put it back. That's one of the causes of misfire on that engine, but most people don't know. So it's out of experience that I'll be able to learn that. Once you put it, especially if it says, what I usually do is, if it says constantly all the time you clear for it, and it's saying cylinder 4 or cylinder 5, if when you look at it, you can actually tell which cylinder on that manifold. You will see the line and then where it goes into. So I'll focus on that cylinder, even though I'll apply the gum on all the gasket completely. So you can be able to tell, okay, this cylinder, let me focus on it, since that's what is reporting. Since that's what is reporting misfire. Hello?
Intake.
He said, okay, it seems my network is very low.
Which gum should I use for that manifold? Gum, gasket.
You know that one they call black gum in Nigeria?
Yes, they call black gum, blue gum, this gum.
They are the same. They call it silicon. The actual name is silicon gasket maker, but they call it black gum. But what I will advise is this: use the transparent one, the one they call clear.
Okay, the one that is white. Okay.
White, yeah. So the reason why I'm saying that is those ones, most of the ones I know I've come across or used, they are not really, they don't really bond as strong as the gray, the black, or red.
Okay.
So it will be easier to remove the intake manifold next time you want to remove. Remember, there's no oil there, there's no water or anything, just for the air. So you don't really need something that is that strong to seal that place. If you use any strong RTV gasket maker, you may not be able to remove that thing. If you're not careful, the manifold will break while trying to force it open because it won't pull out. So you need gasket maker. I use that clear, they write clear there. That's the one I use. It will be much easier next time I want to remove it, just come off. So that is one of the causes of misfire on that engine. Now the second one, I think that one already, like the ignition coil. So most times
to front.
Huh?
I transfer those things, all the ones in
yeah, I know. Your own, is it the coil? Is it the one with white top, white color?
White top, yes.
So they hardly fail. So that's why I don't even bother touching the coils. Most I just leave the coils there.
Is it the 607 phase one?
Yeah, it's the same thing, no difference. There's no difference. Yeah. So I hardly touch those ones. In fact, they hardly even cause all this misfire. People waste their money changing. The spark plug, they hardly cause misfire. What I noticed about spark plug, yeah, they can, but what I noticed about spark plug is just when they are, especially on that engine, if you buy if the engine has the OEM, when they are weak, they hardly misfire, but you notice the power will be dropping. The engine will be struggling to move, but it won't really misfire that much. So now the second major thing that cause misfire on that engine that people don't know about is the ignition coil connector. Ignition coil connector, that's what we call socket, that goes on to, it has two wires behind that you plug in on the ignition coil. And most times they tend to break. But what I've realized is even if they still look intact, those two holes on the connector where the coil slot into, they tend to expand over time. So there are some things like 2 pin inside the coil where those connectors, or let's just say the socket, goes into. So that place that is supposed to grip on those 2 pins, they will expand, so it will no longer be touching the pin. So what will now happen is you might put it in, because it's not tight enough, it will grip on it a little. But once you start the car and start moving, over time, it will lose contact. Then the car will start misfiring. So solution is change the connector. That is the ideal thing. But unfortunately, you can't get the new connector. That particular type here in Nigeria, new one. So if you're buying used one, it's best, most times you end up being almost like the same one you are removing. But what I do, I think I did a video on that. What I normally do is I will get flexible wire, put it on, on those connectors. I think I'll send you a video of that, how I did it. Put it on one connect, the hole on the connector or the plug or the socket on one end, put it on the other end, but make sure that two of them don't touch each other. Once you plug it back on the coil, I tell you, 1 year, 2 years, you'll be surprised, misfire on that cylinder again. Unless maybe whatever that will cause the misfire will now be probably the injector or low fuel pressure. But as long as coil, ignition, all those things that usually cause unexplained misfire, you'll be wasting your time changing this, changing that. It's usually from that coil, that connector. Once you put that wire there, what you know happen, it will grip and hold, grip firmly on those pins inside the coil that comes out from the coil where the connector goes in. So it will solve that loss of contact of the connector on the plug, on the coil. So that's one major, second major cause of misfire on ES engines that most people or users or technicians don't know. So so in fact, there's no point to point out, talk about fuel pressure or this or that. Those ones most people know already. But you see these two things: the vacuum leak on the intake manifold gasket and the what's it called, ignition coil connector or plug or socket. Those are the two things that usually come. Most people, they will be having that issue even without bringing these vehicles to them. Once I tell them, go and do this, months later, they will get back to me. As in, they'll each time I see them, say, oh, no, misfire again. So that's what I would recommend you do. Those two places on your engine, go and do them. Go and do them. So I believe that will solve the misfire problem. Though I noticed on the scan report you sent to me, you scan your vehicle, did a video and sent. He was pointing out some things like your oxygen sensors not working. I don't know whether they were plugged in, which will not cause misfire though, but of course will increase your fuel consumption. When I'm talking about oxygen sensor, I'm referring to the upstream oxygen sensor, not necessarily the downstream. Even if your downstream is not working, I wouldn't bother so much about that. But the upstream, I think two of the ones on your car were not working or something. Yeah, they're actually only two. So I don't know if they were connected since the car was converted. Then the push canister valve too, I saw it there, wasn't reading. So, but these things will not cause what symptoms you describe. It can only increase fuel consumption or make the engine not run properly, maybe a little bit down on power or acceleration, but not necessary to start losing that power drastically, like you said, or that you have to switch off the car and start it again before it comes back. Anyway, so those ones are, I think, the most important thing. What I could tell you I'm more interested in is to come back to how it was when you got the car. So in that case, misfire, it has to be dealt with. So I don't know if you have any other thing you want to add. Yeah, hello? Okay, I think network is not really that good here. What I'll do is I'm going to, of course, it's being recorded, so eventually I'm going to publish it on my YouTube channel, and then I'll share the link to you so that you listen to it to understand. So to recap, yeah, so some of you sent about 5 videos you did scanning the car. I could see some, there are some, yeah, the electrical part of the conversion was done, but there were signs I could see based on the fault that some things were not connected or were not properly connected, so they were not working. And those things will hinder the fuel efficiency of the car. Like I said, oxygen sensors,